this guest, High Inquisitor Roth, is introduced, and you see walking into the hall a sort of androgynous-looking dwarf, completely shaved, clean-shaved head and face, with 3 increasing in size dots on their forehead, and they're dressed in white and blue robes, but it looks like there's probably some sort of mail armor under them, and there's the symbol of Ayun across the robes, and on a basically medallion on their chest. And as well as these little dots, another very odd-looking thing about this dwarf is a gemstone. I don't quite remember what color it would be, but a gemstone is floating around their head and slowly circling it about 6 inches away from their head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I want to say it's amethyst or sapphire.
But they approach the table, and other striking thing about this dwarf is their almost disturbingly bright blue eyes, like a White Walker's almost. Yeah. They approach the table and they say, well, it's quite nice to meet the group that brought down Durgar that infiltrated our city. And we thank you very much for leaving one alive.
Have you gotten anything useful out of it?
I was the one that kept him.
Oh, you'd be surprised how much we can get out of one such as those.
That wasn't the question.
I'm aware.
Follow-up question is, what did you get out of it that was useful?
My follow-up question to that is, what methods did you use? Because our methods were crap. We didn't get anything out of it.
Yes, torture does not normally work on Durgar.
Good to know.
Their eyes rest on you.
And then, hello, asked you a question here.
We'll share that information when we believe it suitable.
I believe it's suitable now, as we were targeted and we were the ones who took it down.
I don't understand the pertinence.
Expecting another attack, it'd be good to know what information you got out of it so that we can better prepare ourselves for the future.
Divenna.
I did an insight check for all of this, by the way. That was 14.
What are you trying to get out of the insight check?
How does this guy make me feel? Do I trust him, or does he give me the willies and I feel like he's a creep?
I love that question.
They are pretty hard to read. You get the sense from this person that they are in high levels of government or law enforcement and specialize in interrogating people and in not being read or giving any information away. Hard to tell.
I mean, that says a lot, though, on its own, so thank you.
Yep.
Back to the focus on me here.
You're quite an audacious little scamp, aren't you?
Try to be. Very well reading. Well, you have read me. You have read me well, sir.
She's
Matt,
just very
whatever you are.
curious.
I'm not just curious. We're actually, lives are in danger here.
I'm sure the High Inquisitor has the situation under control. I don't think you get a title like that without knowing a little bit about what you're doing. So we
Never
thank you.
said he
And
didn't.
if there's any other issues that we have, where can we find you?
I'll find you, trust me. But
See,
we aren't done with
another-
our conversation yet.
Did you want something?
Yes, I wanted to just meet this group and ask a few questions. Now that I've seen all of you, the descriptions that my guards gave just don't do all of you justice, I can make a more informed opinion. You,
She has a name.
Trinity, I believe is your name. Would you like to have our conversation privately, or would you like to talk with the rest of the family here?
Well, gee, I don't know. Why would I need to have it privately with you?
Okay, very well. So, I know you're a member of the Nettles, and I know that someone from the Nettles had left your company that evening. She had appeared there briefly,
News to me.
had been chased away by some guards for whatever reason. I don't know why you decided to turn on her, but I guess you did. I just don't quite know why you're here. I can guess. I can certainly guess.
Better men have tried. Guess away.
Is this High Inquisitor threatening us?
Are you making an insight check?
Yes.
Okay.
23.
You get the sense that they are wielding their authority in a way that is meant to be threatening. Certainly no overt threats have been made. You definitely get the sense that there's an underlying sort of assertion that they are letting come out as if you don't do what I say and answer all of my questions, something bad will happen.
Okay, but do you need to answer my questions as I want you to answer them?
You're not sure.
Okay.
I'm not really sure who told you that I was part of the Nettles. That is not true. So maybe you should check your source.
I am my source.
Well, that's interesting because I don't recall ever meeting you.
Okay. Good to know. Thank you. And why are the rest of you here? You seem to have attached yourself to Ulfgar.
Don't you have any friends?
Doesn't seem like it.
I don't, actually.
Then you wouldn't understand, would you?
Fair enough. So what we've gleaned so far is that several families, I'm pretty sure that DM here is pausing to think, look it up, not the character.
I wish sometimes that there's a pause button in real life.
Oh God, me too.
I want a 5-second rewind.
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
Dude, just that tiny little 5 seconds. That's all. Like, I don't need a big, just
When you got
So
that
many
great
things.
comeback, like 5 seconds.
you drop your laptop, break the screen.
Yeah, that would be a great 5 second.
I was thinking
When that
spacing
kill
out.
just gets away.
Yep.
Spacing out, and you're just like, oh,
When you monologue for just long enough for them to explain.
Or I could just be the best magician ever. Like, someone tell me something,
Right?
go back 5 seconds, and then predict it. I mean, sorry.
Seriously.
No one can
Anyway.
ever figure out what you did.
DM unpause?
Yeah.
Cool.
It's our belief that the Kinder and Stonefoot families have plotted to overthrow you.
Kinder and Stonefoot?
Yes. At least, maybe not overthrow you, but
Make a mark.
weaken your power and allow them to increase their wealth. One of them, I'm not sure who, perhaps both, seem to have made an alliance with, at the very least, the Duergar. And I'm certain the Nettles as well.
Why are you looking at me like I know who that is?
Our investigation will continue. But I'm wondering if any of you have anything further to offer to us.
Are you asking for help doing your job?
We frequently hire contractors, yes.
I mean, if there's anything we can do to speed this along, we do have places to be.
I offered to give over any information to you if we find it relevant, and you shut me down and didn't want to tell me where we could find you. Remember that?
Make up your mind. Would you like our help or not?
Also, just one question. Being that you are from an authority standpoint in this city, you've got to be somewhat neutral between the houses. How do we know that, I don't know how to word this.
Take your time.
Sound it out.
I know that it can be difficult to be impartial, but you can also sometimes see when the wrong side. Script. I'm going to stop talking. Impartiality is important to me.
My job as High Inquisitor is to seek out and prevent all wrongdoing. Wrongdoing as defined by the laws of our city.
Okay, that answers.
And what happens when a High Inquisitor does wrongdoing? Out of curiosity.
Ideally, other members of the Justice, enforcers, would bring that High Inquisitor to heel.
Do we recognize the symbol of Ioun?
Go and make a religion check.
Nope.
23.
18.
Because then the follow-up question is, and what do
It's
we
just
know
an
about
early
Ioun?
roll. Right?
Sorry, what?
Wait, what kind of check is
Religion?
it?
Religion check.
18.
Ooh, you got
18.
religion. 10.
Okay. Everyone who rolled recognizes the symbol of Ioun. Ulfgar, you recognize it, but it's like, I don't know, some god of knowledge or something.
Cool.
Rest of you, what do you know about it?
Yeah, like, can we generally trust the clerics or priests to be impartial, or what is Ioun a seeker of knowledge?
From what you know, Ioun is very much a seeker and protector of knowledge. They're all followers of Ioun are all about preserving the truth and protecting dangerous knowledge from getting into the wrong hands. You actually know a fair amount about Ioun because Ranovid was a paladin of Ogma. Ogma is very similar in ideals to Ioun, only Ogma, it's more about open sharing of knowledge and spreading of knowledge, whereas Ioun is about protecting and preserving, not necessarily sharing. Zeroth continues. You can get in touch with the Drakehart family. They will know how to contact me.
What if it's an emergency and I really, really, really need you?
Honestly, I'm out and about. Unless you have some sort of magical means to message me, there's not a whole lot of ways to contact me.
Do you have an office?
I guess you can leave a message at our law enforcement district.
There you go. Is that so hard?
No, that would be very easy to deduce for someone of any moderate intelligence.
Fair enough, but, hoarders of knowledge and all. Some of us weren't that lucky.
We'll be in touch when I know more.
Okay.
All right. So it's only been half a day or so since the attack. You get the impression that more time needs to progress for their side of the investigation to lead to anything fruitful.
How can we help?
Are you asking
Roth.
Roth? Okay. Honestly, they turn to Trinity again, and Roth says to Trinity, honestly, we do believe our best lead is with the Nettles. And you can deny it all you want. I know that you have contacts in the Nettles.
I know what you're talking about, but if I run into a Nettles member, I'll maybe drop a word or two from you.
You're saying your main lead, the people you think did it, is the Nettles?
We think that they're involved.
Nobody here knows anything that could help them maybe focus their investigation a little bit better.
All we know is that the Nettles hated us in the last place we were.
They hated you.
Yeah.
Where was this?
Oak Hill.
And what did you do there?
Well, we saved them from zombies.
That does not lead me to believe that they would hate you.
We didn't think it would either.
Something tells me you're not telling me the entire truth.
Something tells me you're not telling us the entire truth either.
I'm not.
There you go.
If you're the law enforcers and you know all about the Nettles
The
organization.
Nettles are useful.
See, I'm glad you knew where I was going with that. See, and there comes the problem of why would we share information with you if the Nettles are trying to take down them, and
You're working with
you
the
clearly have somewhat of a friendly relationship.
Because you have a friendly relationship with the person who was almost assassinated.
I wouldn't call us friends, but more acquaintances.
Lovers?
Nope.
What was your reaction when she said that?
I would probably try and stone face as hard as I could. Because I know that this is all very, I don't know who to trust type thing.
Okay.
Trying to keep a straight face.
Just hope you can't read body language.
Right?
Go ahead and make a deception check.
$19.
Okay. Right.
We'll save that kind of talk for later, if you're interested.
They wink at you. I don't think you could handle that kind of talk.
Oh, you're gonna make a real she-elf out of it?
I can't force you to say anything, but all I can say is that the Nettles are useful, and even if they are involved in this particular event, I somehow don't think that they're involved with the Duergar. They could be, but getting involved with Duergar is very stupid, and the Nettles are not that.
Good to know.
Well, if you are more willing to help, please let me know. I have a feeling that you're going to go running off to the Nettles, and You'll find something. But
Apparently
we'll be in
the rest
touch.
of us are useless.
We're all useless because I have no connection to them, right?
Well, just that this lovely personage has insisted on speaking with you whenever they say that we can do something. Has ignored the rest of us.
I'm sure you're all quite capable fighters. I just don't see what sort of information you can give me.
That's the point. We'd like to help look for more.
Well, again, I direct you towards your friend there.
Just gonna go back to eating.
Alternatively, I suppose you could attempt to investigate the Kinder or Stonefoot families.
We have your authority?
I'll give you some limited jurisdiction because of the Drakeheart's involvement in this.
Now we're talking.
You have our authority to investigate, to acquire evidence within reason, not to kill.
Do you know who within the family we should be focusing upon?
I imagine the leaders.
The old people.
It's nice and vague.
And they give you the names of the leaders of those families, but honestly, this is all information that the Drakehearts can provide as well.
Thank you.
If there's anything else.
We'll discuss, rewards later.
They turn around and
Have a nice day.
casually walk out. On their way out, they grab some bacon and
So who else was in the room besides our group?
The family, wasn't
The rest of the family.
Yeah.
Has that guy been the High Inquisitor for a long time? Like before you left, I'm assuming. Like,
Probably.
do you know if he has any ties to these other families?
That's
I'm
the
assuming
other
they're gone by
Drakehearts.
now.
So
right?
on the way out, though, also this does happen. So on the way out, Deirdre and Ulfric both get up and follow the High Inquisitor out.
Okay.
Ulfric is
Like,
adapt.
Yeah.
Like, have they been mostly impartial between the Kinder family, the Drakehearts, and the
Stonefoot.
Stonefoots?
Go ahead and make a history check.
I get the impression the Inquisitor is going to have a separate conversation with the Drakeheart
Yeah.
family. Can I try to spy and listen into that conversation?
You certainly try. Yeah.
Would be a stealth check?
Yeah.
I think I might make that move too.
Okay.
Damn it.
No.
A natural 20.
Unnatural 20.
Unnatural, yeah.
As far as you know, the law enforcement in Plumberg is pretty even-handed. They don't seem to favor any one family over another. The only it's almost hard for you to see this, but you have caught glimpses of it. It's hard for you to see this because you're from the inside looking out. Their chances are your family and other families do give money to law enforcement organizations to perhaps look the other way as far as maybe permits go or safety regulations or things like that. But there isn't any widespread favoritism towards any particular family, nor is there any widespread corruption as far as you know.
I rolled a 16 first.
Okay.
11.
Okay.
You
Fell in there and turned into a horrible number, but a very obvious one, and I can't pretend like it didn't, so.
How honest of you.
So you wait a few seconds, and then both of you get up at roughly the same time, and then look at each other, realize that you're both doing the same thing, and proceed towards the same door.
You stole my body earlier, too. Don't think I forgot about that.
What are you talking about?
It's the body that I was gonna rummage, and you got there and rummaged it. Like, you like
Yeah,
swooped to my
that was
body.
true.
You had plenty of bodies,
All right.
and you came in and
I know
just took
nothing of this.
It's rude. You stay on your side of the door.
So as you get to the door,
Is that the keyholes?
Nice.
you listen. You don't hear any conversation. You do hear footsteps going away from the door. Do you want to follow the footsteps?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. You open it up and proceed out. By the way, and you are being stealthy, but there is no hiding that you're leaving the table, going to the door, going out. So everyone else saw that you were leaving.
Yeah.
Just be them, though, right?
And the rest of the family.
And Gerson and Ferraric.
Yeah.
And the servants.
Servants and stuff.
What are we for Grace? Huh? Follow.
You head out the hall, follow the footsteps at a distance. You both are fairly quiet as far as you can tell. Eventually, you get to Deirdre's office, and they head inside the office and close the door behind them. Start listening in at the office door.
Yes.
Basically, what you hear is Roth telling Deirdre and Ulfric that they believe that Trinity is a liability, and if they play it right, she can be used to your advantage because you're aware of her position. Basically, Roth pauses for a moment and then speaks up a little more loudly, sort of unnaturally loudly, speaks and says, I think it would be in your best interest if you're willing to ask your son of this to attempt to get Trinity to help them infiltrate the Nettles. I think it would be in Trinity's best interest that she did this as well.
It's your fault.
Take a bite out of my toast and walk away.
Okay. You ass 11. This is why you let me handle the stealth stuff.
I'm going back to my breakfast.
I'm just gonna look at you like, let's be out. We've been made.